From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you for watching. And say, what are you doing to my co-host, my studio audience? And at home, how are you doing? Good, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Come on. Today is a big day in our history, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday. He would have been 89. He was 39 when he was untimely killed. And one of the many profound things that he was quoted as saying is, we must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Right? So Dr. King is not here, but I've got my parents. So, Daddy, I do recall you going to the march. And, oh, yeah, there's your microphone. All right, so what'd you wear? Who'd you go with? How'd you get there?
Oh, well, we went down on the NAACP bus with my next door neighbor, just George Johnson and I.
This is when we lived in Asbury Park.
Asbury Park. And there were 250,000 people there. And so we were lucky enough to get a standing space and tree space at the reflecting pool. And I climbed up in one of the Japanese cherry trees. And little did I know, I was about to witness history.
You climbed a tree and watched
I climbed a tree. It wasn't that high. But I was there for the entire time. And that was a moment I'll never forget as long as I live. That was great. Yes. I heard all of that speech. I heard it all.
And Mommy, what were you doing while Daddy was in DC witnessing history?
I was watching the historical event on TV.
Ow.
I wasn't able to go because everyone was not allowed to make that trip. But I didn't mind, Wendy. I didn't mind. I stayed at home and I watched it on TV.
Making a lovely dinner so when Daddy came home, we would have something lovely to eat.
Absolutely, as I always did. As I always did. And still do. And still do it.
Braggart. So, did you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta last night? I gotta tell you, I was caught up in the ID channel, so I forgot. Anyway, apparently on the show, Kim Zolciak claimed that Kandi hit on her. Well, take a look.
Let me tell you about Kandi. On my kid's life, hope God strikes me dead. I wouldn't let her lick my.
Don't tell me she offered to lick your.
She just.
Oh my God! Oh, this is getting juicy.
I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, wait, hold on. So Kandi immediately tweeted, "I'm sick of these bitches lying on me." Kim Zolciak, I have never wanted you or your bleep. And stop swearing on your kids while you're telling lies. Lying bitch. Somebody's really reaching for a permanent peach. This is my house, you're just a visitor. And then Kim shot back by saying, if anyone is lying, it's you, Kandi. You and your husband are full-on swingers, bleeping all kinds of girls and can never admit it. And bitch, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't, wait, if it weren't for me, if it weren't for me, there would be no house. Remember, I built this house. Well, Kim Zolciak is a season oneer. That was back when she was dealing with a married man, right? To me, Kandi is not that interesting on the show. She also, I mean, she's admitted she's sexually fluid. We know that much. And I do believe that Todd is happy to be a part of the action. I also think that if you have a house here and then another house there, right, there is some sort of place where you do your dirt. I'm not suggesting, you know, shackles and chains like 50 Shades of Grey, but, but, you know, in my mind, I believe Todd and Kandi gets down. But I also believe that Kim is trying to stay relevant to hold the peach to stay on the show. Stop talking, Kim. But Kim is right. It's her house. She was on for one season, but we watched that season. If that season was not successful, then they wouldn't be in season 525. Anyway, in more Real Housewife news, you heard over the weekend, here in New York, Real Housewives of New York, Jill Zarin lost her husband. Oh, Jill. You know, they make their money off fabrics. They have this beautiful place. They charge a lot of money, though, the fabrics. Anyway, Bobby lost his battle with cancer over the weekend. He was only 71. What a sharp-looking couple, though, right? Now, what will Jill do? Oh, Jill, I'm so sad. They were married for 18 years. They've got 3 daughters and 1 stepdaughter named Allie. Jill, I'm thinking of you. How do you hitchhike? Who hitchhikes? Do you still use a thumb like back in the day? And isn't hitchhiking illegal? So when the cops see the thumb, then they pick you up? I think it was illegal even back in the 70s. I don't know. All I'm saying is Paris Jackson learned a good one. 19 years old, trying to be normal. Driving along, picking up 2 hitchhikers. Well, they ended up robbing her ass. Oh, yes, they did. They robbed her good. Listen, she gave one of the hitchhikers a pair of socks. Who drives around with socks in their car? Unless they just came from the gym, in which case they're sweaty socks. Anyway, one a pair of socks, and she took them both to, you know, the drive-thru to get something to eat. And next thing you know, one of them stole her debit card. What's the point in that? Don't you need a PIN? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess if you swipe it fast enough, you know, before the person is gone, then maybe you can get a few things at the one-day sale. I have to tell you, and I'm a nice woman, I'm a lovely woman, but I've got a lot to live for, right, Mommy and Daddy? If and you know, today is a day of service. When we were young, I remember going to Second Baptist Church and doing community service and things like that. I've worked every King holiday since I've been a grown-up. But I had a dream. And so now I'm living the dream. I feel so bad, though. A special thumbs up or thumbs out to all the people in soup kitchens today and doing good. But If I saw someone on the side of the highway in distress, whether they were hitchhiking or being robbed or with a, nope. I hit the accelerator and mind my own business. I can't be involved. You can't be involved. It's like if you see somebody fall down on the sidewalk. If you pick them up the wrong way, once they come to, they're gonna sue you because they're gonna say you broke their neck. When I passed out here at the show and came to, everyone was standing there like, humana, humana. Like, what are you doing? Help, you know? But, you know, no, if I was broken down and in distress, I wouldn't think somebody would stop and help me. I mean, I would know how to get them to. Peel off my bra and swing them. You know what I mean? But, you know, I would not help anybody on the side of the road, not even a little old lady, because little old ladies have big mouths, mommy. Can I see that picture of us as a family from back in the day? Right? I'm 10. I'm 10. George Jefferson is my father. My mother used to have this complexion, although she lays in the sun every day in Miami, so now she's turned into a prune. My younger brother, Tommy, is 3 years younger than me, and that's my older sister, Wanda. So there we are. And by the way, Tommy got pissed at me one day and jumped on the piano where this picture used to hang and colored magic marker. Daddy, do you remember that? On my head. Did you spank him for that? Yup, beat him and beat him good. Beat him. Well, once upon a time I had hair. And now I have hair. Can you imagine the people in Hawaii over the weekend? Can you imagine the horrifying situations that they went through? All because of some imbecile employee accidentally hit the wrong button and caused massive panic after the alert went out at 8 o'clock in the morning. Ballistic missiles threatened inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. So everyone's there, including people who already live there, but Jim Carrey happened to be one of the people there. And he said that he thought he only had 10 minutes more to live. Magic Johnson was also there and took shelter in the hotel basement. Can you imagine being in the basement and seeing, oh, and the boss, Diana Ross, was also in the basement. That, you know, it's one, when you see people of that stature in the basement with you, don't you even get more panicky? Like, oh my God, it really is about to go down. I'm wondering why they don't have a plexiglass over the button. Why, like, what do you just like lean against the button and press it? And was the employee fired? I hear no, but he should have been fired and sent off the island permanently. You know? But they say he's been reassigned. Imagine waking up though in the morning. Like, what's the first thing that you do? You pray. I go back to bed. There are a lot of people who would raid the minibar. You know? Do you have sex one more time? Is that really important? I couldn't imagine. Ugh. Mark Wahlberg is trying to repair his reputation. Well, remember, we talked about it last week. Mark was paid $1.5 million to reshoot his scenes in the movie, All the Money in the World. While his co-star, Michelle Williams, the white one, not the black one, Michelle Williams was only paid less than $1,000 to reshoot the scenes. So over the weekend, he announced that he's gonna donate his $1.5 million to the Time's Up campaign, which is, helping out regarding, the awareness of sexual harassment in the workplace and every place. So his agency, WME, also announced that they're gonna donate $500,000 in Michelle's name. Who are you suckers? What do you mean, aw? First of all, look, if Mark did not have to donate that money. His agent negotiated the money fair and square. Michelle, your agent did not negotiate the money for you fair and square. So you should be pissed at your agent, not be pissed at Mark. And Mark should not have had to give the money to charity, even though he's got all the money in the world, like in real life. I don't believe that this will ruin his reputation in the long term. But I do believe that, acting roles for 4'8" men with wrinkly foreheads and bad dye jobs. Oh, please, that's not his natural color. That is a one-process Clairol on Saturday morning. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, look at his cuffs hanging over his hands. Oh, look at the little man with his big ears. Anyway, so Saturday Night Live, they have this woman, her name is Bryant, and she let everyone know how she felt about Mark Wahlberg on the show this weekend. Take a look.
Well, Mark Wahlberg did announce that he's donating his salary from the reshoots to the Time's Up legal fund.
Yes, and that's great. That's the right thing to do, but it would be so cool if it didn't take a week-long public shaming to do the right thing. Maybe do a daily private shaming, which is what I have done my entire day.
I don't know who she is, but I like her. Yeah. And I was wondering, do you think that this is a lace front? Is she wearing a lace front? But again, a one-bottle process Saturday morning with the Clairol. Come on, everybody, get with the highlights and lowlights, dimension in the hair. Just saying. I had fun at The View on Friday. A lot of fun there. What a way to kick off a weekend. Yelling with a bunch of harpies. I loved it. So, Selena Gomez's mother is speaking out about her daughter's relationship with Justin Bieber. Now, we've already talked about, that she doesn't like the relationship, that they're back together, that he was in her life, they were dating at a time when Selena was spiraling, plus dealing with lupus, and Justin was just not good for her. But she talked to, her name is Mandy, Mandy. She talked to Gossip Cop, and she said that no, she's not happy that Selena is back with Justin. And then she said that she hasn't spoken to him in years. Even when Selena was in the hospital. No, she doesn't talk to him, text him, nothing. She acknowledged that Selena can live her life however she wants, as long as she's happy and safe and healthy. Well, you know what? We all date people that our moms don't like. Just saying, Mommy. It's just that a lot of times we don't bring them home, to alarm your mother. Because you all would be surprised. Just saying. I've lived respectfully. So, My thought is that you know, Selena's been through a lot. Inevitably, I think these two will get married. I think they're gonna get married. And I think that they're gonna have babies. And I believe that Mandy needs to, at some point, just jump on board with the situation. Just go along to get along, you know what I mean? Go along to get along. You know, so that Selena does not have a flare-up or anything like that. You know, she's got the poor health. Thank goodness she has her own money, though, so it's not like she has to deal with her mother's big mouth. I think they'll get married. I think they'll get married before OJ goes back to jail. Yeah. What did I tell you, 24 months? All right. Well, February is right around the corner. Daddy, you'll be how old, 185? 87? How, 87?
87.
87. Perfect. I'm playing, Daddy. Joke. He's trying to act reserved and dignified. In the meantime, he knows how to do the boogaloo, the electric slide. Oh, please, Daddy, please. Oh, please. Where do you think I get this? From them? So last week I mentioned Catherine Zeta-Jones twice and telling you that in my head, like she's a friend in my head. I don't know any movies that she's been in. I've never met her. I don't know how she speaks. I like her, I always have. Well, it turns out I'm minding my own business in Jersey over the weekend. I'm reading, you know, my magazines and stuff. She's in a new Lifetime movie coming up, and you know what? This is my kind of movie. She's playing a drug lord. Oh, police! Long before El Chapo, there was Catherine Zeta-Jones. Well, it's called Cocaine Drug Lord, the Griselda Blanco story. I'm watching it, not once, but 3 times. Why not? And it fits into our schedules. Saturday night at 8 o'clock on Lifetime, okay? All right. So we've got more great show for you. Coming up, we've got the inside scoop on the sexual allegations against James Franco. But so grab your snack and come on back. Love you for watching. See you next time on Wendy. Bye.
We're clear.
Hey, don't go anywhere. This clip is over, but don't worry, I got you. Head over to wendyshow.com to watch celebrity interviews, exclusive backstage videos, the inside scoop, and the full segment of juicy hot topics. See it first and see it all now at the new wendyshow.com.